I knew from a young age that I wanted to be a teacher. As a high school student, I worked with kids in different capacities as a counselor and through church and also as a volunteer in my own high school. And I just realized that I had a knack for connecting with students.
I became a teacher because all of my life I valued school, and it was my happy place. It was the thing that I was able to excel at and where I really was able to be the most myself.
I chose to be in the teaching profession because, number one, I grew up in the community. I'm a proud graduate of Irmo High School, and I wanted to give back to the community. And plus, I have a passion for working with kids and just watching them grow as learners.
I became a teacher because since I've been 16 years old, I have worked in child care and taught preschool. And when I came to Lexington 5, I chose this school district because I knew that it had awesome expectations for children.
The reason why I got into education, the reason why I got into teaching is because both of my parents are retired teachers. I've been brought up in an educational family, and school is very important.
I became a teacher because I grew up working as a summer camp counselor, and I loved working with the youngest children, so I thought being a kindergarten teacher would just be perfect.
I remember coming home from kindergarten. One of my first days of kindergarten, my mom always says, "You came right home and said that you wanted to be a teacher."
There are a lot of challenges in teaching. I think the hardest part about being a kindergarten teacher is when your children come in, you don't know where they are. They all start at different levels. You don't know where their backgrounds are.
Some of the biggest challenges of teaching is trying to fit in all the things that I want to teach. I mean, there's so many wonderful things about South Carolina history, science, math, literacy, and finding the time in the day to incorporate all of those things into my lessons.
Some of the challenges that I face is just trying to maintain the patience at this level, at the elementary school level. The kids are good kids, they do a lot of great things, but just trying to maintain that patience and be patient with them at this level.
I'd say my most difficult challenge would be making sure I meet the needs of all of my students, because they are all so individual and so different, and to try to make sure that you target their interest and build off of what they can do.
Every day is different. Some days are more challenging than others with just the issues you face, being in a classroom with children, with a myriad of issues going on, from hurt legs to maybe a hurt heart that day. And sometimes the teaching has to take a back seat to, okay, let's just regroup and find our community, our safe place to be together to learn.
Some of the challenges, of course, is getting every student to understand that education is important and that is going to take you a long ways in life.
I think that challenges that go along with teaching are certainly finding ways to connect with students every single day. I believe that relationships are at the heart of teaching, and so it's about more than just my content. It's about more than just cultivating good readers and writers. It's certainly about building people who are going to be successful in the real world, far beyond sort of the scope of the walls of my classroom.
There are some challenges. You know, this is the first time kids have ever come to school, so there's a lot of adjusting to being in a big classroom and learning how to do school.
One of the most interesting parts of my job is trying to figure out what it takes to make each kid excited about learning and wanting to learn, and finding that and then using that and watching them grow throughout the year. The thing about teaching is it's not really a job, it's a thing that is part of you. You're either born a teacher or you're not. It's not a thing that you can learn to do. You either have a way of engaging students and helping them to learn and understand the ways of the world, how to be people, all the curriculum that they're expected to know, or you don't.
People who are really called to this profession see the challenges as a place to grow, and every day can offer a reward if you look for it.
The most wonderful thing about teaching is when you just see the light of learning in their eyes, and you know that they're understanding and that they're excited about learning and they want to take it further when they can connect their learning.
The reward that I see every day is how I watch these children grow and how I prepare them for first grade and how they become readers and writers and authors and illustrators and mathematicians and scientists. And I think that's one of the most rewarding things as a teacher.
Being a teacher, you get to change the world every single day. So every morning you wake up knowing that you're going to change the world, whether it's something that you'll see now or something that you'll see in the future.
There's just a real reward in being involved in the growth of a human being.
The rewards are the smiles on their faces when they're leaving the gym from being physically active and trying to maintain that healthy lifestyle, and seeing the smiles and the enjoyment on their faces. One of the great things that I love about my job.
I think being a teacher is probably the most rewarding thing that we can do. It's really exciting every day to see when students learn and get excited about learning, and when that one moment, just that 2 seconds where they go from not understanding to understanding.
The days when you can see them finally grasp something, finally understand, or discover or get excited, there's nothing better in the whole world.
It's wonderful because you get to see so much growth, and you get to develop these relationships when they're 5 years old, so that when they're in 5th grade they come back and share their success, and you get to just kind of watch them grow throughout the years.
Some of the good things is that when you see these young people grow up and be good, productive citizens in this world, and of course get an opportunity to move on to higher education in college, it really makes your job satisfying.
When you see that light bulb come on that kid's face, where you know that they have figured it out, or when you see that kid at the beginning of the year that's doing the fake reading because they just haven't found their hook book, but towards the end of the year they are just devouring book after book after book, that's what makes teaching and all the challenges and everything that we have to face worth it, because you know that in the end you made that difference in that kid's life.
I have an opportunity to impact the future in ways that will certainly reach beyond even the length of my own life and the scope of my own life. And they say that a good teacher never knows the length of his or her impact, and I think that that's really inspiring.
Without question, the intersection of the teacher and the student is where our work gets done here in District 5. And all indicators point to the fact that we are doing our work exceedingly well. That is a reflection of the caliber and commitment of teachers we have here in the district. I can't say enough about just how exceptional our teachers are. And I want our teachers to know in this very special week in which we express our appreciation to them, just how deeply appreciated, respected, and valued they are.